What's happening, everybody? Casey Boy back with another video, and in today's video we're back with the Giants franchise. If you've been keeping up, we've moved all the way up to first in the division, 4-2. Played the 4-2 Jaguars. Might as well just get it guts. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Let's get into the game. Gotta upgrade our players first off. Let's get the sauce. You want them to 90 overall?
It's week 7 of the NFL, and we'll get a look here at wideout A.J. Brown. He had a standout game 1 week ago with 3 touchdown catches. It's the Giants and the Jaguars, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 23.
The calendar may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida. But the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. Today, we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the New York Giants and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Welcome, everybody, again alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and CD, we've got an interesting test here today. One of the league's best passing games and one of the best pass defenses set to square up and see who can perform better in a high-profile matchup.
And you and I talk about all the time how fortunate we are to be in this position, to be around these types of games. And as jacked up as these fans are, how about these two teams? They've been looking forward to testing themselves against what is considered the best on the other side. This is going to be a lot of fun, a very exciting battle headed our way.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. It is fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Jacksonville's offense trots out here for the first time, and all eyes go right to number 16. Now in his second season as the team's face of the franchise, Trevor Lawrence.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
Lawrence looking to pass on the first play. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
Here come the Giants, led out by their former 6th overall pick out of Duke back in 2019. Daniel Jones under center.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation, that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
And it was really sudden after the first play picked off. And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A first down carry for Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Throwing Jones. And that's complete to Shepard. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Now Jones. Touchdown! A.J. Brown with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Giants use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. But Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. They drew up the start of this one, but a chance to redeem themselves and hit the reset button here on their 2nd possession.
And I do like that word that you just used, reset.
Lawrence hit and the ball is free. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Flush to his right, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Kayvon Thibodeau, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack. On 4th down, on his Logan Cook to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. On the return, Jackson. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Out to the right here to Shepard. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Jones completes this again to Shepard. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Already he's top 50 receiving yards in this 1st quarter. And he's got a 1st down. Looking to throw. Jones. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Jones. And it's caught. And the Giants are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll look to throw on third and goal. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A.J. Brown, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced to punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimal level.
12-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter. Gano out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A kind of a throwback weekend for our primetime games here in Week 7. Later tonight, a couple of the great AFC teams of the 70s do battle. The Steelers and Dolphins from Miami on Sunday night. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, Bears. But fear not for the Patriots, if I remember correctly. They've won a few in the years following. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence got a man, and he hits him in stride. Finding room at midfield. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne, 75 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find him looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Wide receiver A.J. Brown. You see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here. Previous series, definitely a focal point. 3 catches, the touchdown grab. As a DB, you're a former DB, is there a number of catches on a drive you're like, oh, he got the best of us?
I'm not sure there's a number, but there's a great feel. And what he did on the last drive, yeah.
Especially with a touchdown.
Yes.
You're never happy.
You're exactly right. The way he capped it off. So you feel that at the sideline, and now you're looking at your buddies and saying, okay, what are we going to do to take things away from him? Because I'm not sure the other guys can make those sort of plays. So let's make sure that we don't let him get going again.
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete. The Giants sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way into the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy made the play. He gets the points, but it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation, time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
McManus's play after is good, and the lead is now 2. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get as this one's in the air. This will be fielded inside the 5. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
To throw again on second down. Jones got a man. It's Brown. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Back to throw. Jones. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. These two teams, the Jags and Giants, two lowest scoring teams in the NFL last year in 2021. The Jags 14.9 points a game. Giants only slightly better, 15.2. Now, by comparison, you think about the Cowboys, they led the league 31.2 points per game. So more than both of these two clubs combined. Now, yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. Gano's kick is good, and they have regained the lead. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. A little bit of flip the script. Quarter 1, they struggled. Quarter 2 here, they put things together. And I guess sometimes, Charles, you just come out and you have to get your feet underneath you in a ball game, right?
That's exactly right, because every now and then you don't come out of the gate as fast or as strong as you want to. Sometimes you have to ramp up into it or take a few hits along the way and figure it out. And that's what they've done so far. Slow start, but now they're starting to put it together.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Play action. It's Lawrence. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. The end result, 21 yards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Lawrence going to throw again. He targets Ingram for another grab. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Giants are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Now a shot taken on third down. It's going to wind up incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could... It's fourth down.
A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Meanwhile, down in Dallas, an update from there. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Dak Prescott, a single touchdown pass to this point in that one. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. Now Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll be out of getting this one across the 40. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit...
Lawrence on third down. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a first and 10. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on first and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 37 yards. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a one-point game as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll start with two teams that are used to being linked on Thanksgiving. Detroit visiting Dallas, and they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Tampa Bay Bucks. Laviska Shenault, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you.
and they trail that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Aaron Jones, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Giants. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half. Final preparations being made for the second half, both in terms of game plan and also hydration, because humidity is really going to catch up to these guys, no doubt. And for the call of the second half, we go back to Brandon Gaudin.
Yeah, Coach. Hey, that goes for the announcers, too. No AC in this booth, so we've got a mash unit of empty water bottles up here as well. From the 10. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Wide receiver A.J. Brown, you see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way, creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
And he is going to have the Giants first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is Shepard on the catch. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll look to throw again. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll be brought down at the 27. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
We talk about mobility. mistakes all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And the Giants are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Daniel Jones scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out. And the Giants take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 8. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Here's the 2nd-year man from Clemson, Travis Etienne. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence. And able to find. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Charles, he lost a fumble last. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now Lawrence on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. That is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on the heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 33. Really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Again, it's Lawrence. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Jacksonville. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. And they'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he'll get nothing out of that one.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
The kick by McManus is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So an interesting call there to take the 3. And I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Well, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And New York set to take the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably.
line is do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. On 2nd and 9, Jones. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He finds his man complete. That's Shepard. And he will have a Giants first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. Now Jones completes this again to Shepard. Now hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Throwing Jones. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he is going to be stopped up at the line of scrimmage. And we'll have a stoppage as well as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones. That is caught inside the 5. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Jones throwing for it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
So here now, Lawrence and the Jaguars down by 11, 1:44 to go. They need a touchdown with a 2-point conversion and a field goal in either order as they've got it first down. To throw on 2nd and 10, Lawrence able to find Jones. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence into the hands of Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. First down now, but that clock rolling. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here into the hands of Jones. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. This is caught. It's Kirk. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Lawrence going to throw again. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Lawrence. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on. They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. So this likely just to get the final score a bit closer given the time remaining, but they'll have a go for 2 here. A final shot now for Lawrence. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So for the Giants, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far.
Team play overall played good. I feel like I'm gonna make me a trade before trade deadline. So. Alright, so I know that just take off for a big key piece of our defense, but we honestly need it. We need us a better safety because the defense sometimes just be absolutely destroying our safeties.
First off, let me talk my... Got a couple things I gotta cross off my list. How you insomniac for sleeping on my... It's a bad soundtrack, read the script. Born in the motherland, headed straight down to the south. Tennessee mornings with pops, working 3 jobs. I knew that they struggled to get it, that's why I wanted to get it. That embedded, you get it, treat it like the law. And I'ma need commission for this hit. Lance laid the canvas and I painted over it. I don't need a vision board to show you I'm betting on myself, count the chips. Got it. Made some choices for a profit. That's my logic. I'ma take it to the coffin, just being honest. Try to sink my ship like Titanic and leave me with Jack. Hope I be panicking, but I rose to the top. Isn't it funny that the is built like a Maserati, yoga folding like origami? What? I walk the walk, I talk the talk, I be saying what I want. When I had no deposit, closet was looking real bare. Now I made a deposit, my closet's looking super rare. Drove it really far. Crazy how did just happen, wishing on a star. It's a celebration, I ain't talking Mardi Gras. With a little patience, you'll be eating Budokan. What you want? What you want? Made some choices for a profit. That's my logic. I'ma take it to the coffin, just being honest. Never let a manufacture stack like that. And if it getting toxic, tell the boy fall back. If it was back then, I'd be tripping off that. Took a little time just to get me on track. I went from snotty to snobby, got it like, immune to everybody, this is stunt 101. Up in the club, throwing the cookies like, hate it or love it, I just can't get enough. Labels keep calling me, I said move if you call me please, or don't even bother me. They said, oh my apologies, they keep calling and calling. I keep stalling and stalling. Rookie of the year, my career snowballing. Got it. Made some choices for a profit.
It's week 8 of the NFL.